Hey there, it's been a long time, aka about 15 minutes. Not much has changed since then, but I have decided to punish myself and have a mint a green tea because I drank my Brock Boost and I'm still a bit. I need something to drink while I'm doing these because it's become a habit, hasn't it? And I've no alcohol, which is not a bad thing. Need to get them brain cell count up from doing Wet Brain Cheeks podcasts. I can't drink it yet because it's too hot. Let's talk a bit. Sorry. Let's talk a bit. Just let's talk a bit. You want to talk? You want to talk? Let's talk a bit about Game Week 24. Actually, let's not. Let's start a little bit with the Wet Brain Cheeks Invitational First League because there's some changes there as well. There's people going for the trophy here. And I want to talk about those trophy positions because realistically it's only from 1st to 5th, so it'll be short and sweet. But Jason Gay is in the top spot and he's been there for at least 2 weeks, I think. 54 or no, Jesus, pull it together. 1500. Oh my god, why can't I speak? 1520 points has him up top. 2 points behind him is Adam Kennedy trying to reclaim that top spot for the trophy, and he's told me in person he wants that fucking trophy. Dara Carey, it's slipping away from Dara. It's not impossible. The dream is still there, but it's slowly slipping away with each bad result that Dara is getting over the last couple of game weeks. He has 1,509 points. Trev McLeod could still stake a claim if he has a good run of game weeks with 1,507 points. And Dermot O'Neill, not too far away either, on 1,498 points. So these are the people still in the running for the first Wet Brain Cheeks Invitational Trophy. Rory Ford is absolutely nowhere near staking a claim for that trophy unless he goes on a magical run, which I don't think he will. He might for the money, but not for the trophy. Same goes for Daniel Redmond, who's actually dropping places in the Wet Breaks invitation. Wet Break. Oh my god, it's getting late, and I haven't had any cans, and somehow I can't. Like I'm talking worse than if I was absolutely full. Yeah, so that top 5 is really only who could stake a claim. Only 2 previous winners over 3 seasons of a trophy have been Rory Ford and Daniel Redmond. As I once mentioned before, Daniel Redmond still hasn't claimed his trophy due to living in Canada, but he will get it eventually. But it'll be merely an antique as the league now has a different name. But anyway, let's get back to Wet Brain Cheeks Invitational Part 2. Part Deuce. Remaining in top spot is Jay Gay with 54 points. This is one of them weeks where it's quite the average score was quite low. Average score being 44 points. So you can imagine the teams aren't the scores aren't astronomical like they have been over the last while. But 54 points is pretty amicable over average. 2 points behind Jay is Dermot O'Neill with 58 points. Let's see the team. Is there any changes? Where did he get his points from? Pretty sure it's same players that got Jay's points as well. Rashford and Fernandez, 15 and 12. He also had Luke Shaw in there. But he captained Haaland, which I can imagine is going to be a running team for this game week. Did Jay captain Haaland? No, right. If Jay had a captain Haaland, Jay would have got about 30, 33, 30, no, 29 points. No, 39 points, sorry. 39 points he would have ended up with. But because he captained Rashford, he got his 30 points, which kept him up there. Trev McLeod is moving up. He's moving up. He's no longer static, and he doesn't move up one place. He moves up two into third spot with 61 points. Trev's team somehow managed to get 61 points with still having Haaland as the captain, who obviously blanked. You had Luke Shaw with 6, Odegaard with 8, Saka with 6, Rashford with 15, Fernandes with 12, Kane with 5. He also had Solanke on the bench with 5 points, but we can forgive that because Solanke hasn't done fuck all since maybe October when I brought him in. Moving down to fourth is Daniel Redmond. So Daniel Redmond is moving down in both leagues at the minute with 47 points. What went wrong for Daniel Redmond? Oof. Well, it's not bad. Like, it's still over average. The other Tarkowski, Rashford, Saka, and Kane. That's where his points came from. Captain Haaland, Rory Ford moves up again. He smells it. He smells the cash. 48 points and 1 point better than Daniel Redmond. Also had Haaland as his captain and pretty much gets the points from the same places. Christopher Kennedy moves down to 6th with 42 points, but 2 points below average from Chris Kennedy. He is pretty much his main points coming from Rashford, who was his vice captain, and James Ward-Prowse, who obviously scored that direct free kick for 10 points, and obviously the rest are twos, 1s, and a 3. Rough. Adam Kennedy had the second highest game week score of this particular week. Obviously, like a good majority of players, took a 3-point hit from Pope getting sent off against Liverpool, but he had Luke Shaw, he had Rashford as his captain, Odegaard, Fernandes as well, and he had Kane. So he had a good few points there. But still only the second highest game week score, which is crazy. There couldn't be anyone higher than 66. Well, let's see. Keith Bridgman stays in 8th. With 58 points, not a bad score. Stephen Ward drops to 9th with 55. Bino Faulkner stays in 10th with 51. And Derek Carey, Derek Carey drops again to 11th with 47 points. It's going from, I was going to say strength to strength, the complete opposite. It's gone from weakness to weakness. Weakness for Derek Carey. He's having a terrible time. Rob Faulkner, I've been wondering, the Wet Brain Cheeks Invitational chat was 90% Derek Carey bragging, and now that he's doing a shy, the chat is dead. Bring it back, Carey. If I can do the podcast, you can do the chat. You can be the moderator. Rob Faulkner moves up to 12th with 58 points. Gooch stays in 13th with 40. Sean Faulkner moves down with 31 points. 31. Oof. Let's have a look at that whopping fucking. That's a rough L. The lowest score of the game week and quite a bit below average. Let's have a look at this team. So Sanchez, Saliba and Trippier for a combined 4 points. Estupiñán, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, I'll be pretty impressed, with 8 points. Saka with 6, Mitoma with 2, Almiron for 1. A week where Almiron should be in bench, who'd have thought. De Bruyne is vice captain, 2 points. Ketia 2 points, Tony 2 points, Haaland captaincy 4 points. That is a rough L squad, mate. Staying in 15th is Stephen Ryan, who just about makes average score with 44 points. Ladies and gentlemen, moving up into 16th place with the highest game week score for the first time in Rep Brain Cheeks Invitational history is Dean Doyle. Not only did he move up 1 space, but 2 in the one fell swoop. I cannot believe it. Let's see what his squad was like, because he sounds like a legend. Obviously, he took the -3 for Pope. Obviously. And he kept Trippier in. He went all out with the Newcastle defenders because he just has that little faith in Liverpool. Gabriel, 1 point also because Arsenal shit the bed. Estupiñán for 8 points. Not a bad show. Alexander-Arnold, 12 points. If I do say so myself now, I know Stephen Ryan also had that, but it barely got him average points. Trent Alexander-Arnold, an inspired choice. He's a combined 18 points over the last 2 game weeks. I'll take it. I also had Mudryk or whatever, which was a poor choice considering I bought him on the basis of him running amok against 3-7 James Milner. Matoma, 2 points. Oh, but I kept Rashford as captain, baby. 30 points. Odegaard, 8 points. And Kane, 5. I'm pretty proud of myself. I'm not going to lie. And not only do I end the podcast after like one more person, there is 4 people below me. 4. Now, not by much. Well, actually, that points total kind of gave a little bit of a gap between myself and Paul Grant in 17th, who got 43 points, 1 point below average. And underneath Paul, going down to 18th, is Bernard Faulkner with 44 points. Michael Rooney, another one below average. I think the 2 people at the bottom of the league, Michael Rooney in 19th, Owen Hegarty in 20th, have not changed their team at all. Oh! Owen Hegarty with 56 points. Owen Hegarty changed his team. Whoa, hold on a second. Only Heggs had Forrester in goals for Spurs, and he came off with the clean sheet. He also had Robertson, who got May points. He had De Bruyne as captain, still had Rashford. He got rid of Cancelo, obviously, Martinelli, Saka, Kane. So he's obviously paying attention again. He did his team. I don't know what's after happening, but something clicked in his brain. He's not getting out of that bottom 2 anytime soon anyway. But he's paying attention, which is the main thing. But lads, I'm fucking delighted with myself. I've finally made a highest game week score. I'm not getting any cash for it, but I'm out of the bottom. I'm moving up to 16th. I'm only, hold on, I'm only about 60 points away from money spots. I'm looking sweet. But yeah, let's talk a little bit about the next game week. I don't know if anybody has been paying attention. I'm sure people have been paying attention. It's a rough out game week. Lots of teams aren't playing. I really don't. I think I had to take an 8 point hit because I only had 3 players playing. I've no wild card left. I've no fucking free hit. I've nothing, and I still have 3 players not playing. Now, the players that I do have playing, all but Kane have a double game week, but some of them play against each other, and it's just a bit of a fucking shit show, to be perfectly honest. And I'm wondering how other people's teams are holding up, if people still have wild cards, if people still have their free hits. This will be interesting. I feel like I'm going to fall a little bit behind myself, because really I'm just competing for the fun of it. But I like the look of that 16th spot, and I'd like to keep it for at least a game, like more than one game week. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, it's gonna be a tough L game week. It's gonna be interesting, I think. So yeah, we'll see how that goes, and I would like to think I will come on here after we win the first leg against Real Madrid tomorrow evening. I'll come on during the week or after the game week has taken place, and I'll be a happy man. Here's hoping. Talk to you soon.
Wet brain cheese.